Welcome back to Tokened Up, you guys. We got a massive update just a little while ago for the Heroclix Silver Age. This is coming off of the back of the recent regionals for the ROCs. Some of those were silver, some of those were modern. And then, of course, the Degeneration Clicks Mania event that happened, which featured a silver and a modern event. So this is the update here. Let's take a look at it together. One of the things I'm looking for is an addressment to the Kyle Rayner team-up card in some way. As an abuser of the card myself, I realize that it is very fun to play as the person playing it, and it makes a very non-interactive experience for the opponent, which isn't really healthy for the game. So I'm going to keep an eye for that and see what else ends up getting addressed here. So we'll go through it together. In fact, let me flip my camera here. That way it looks like I'm looking at the same... There we go. Now I can read it straight off of here with you guys. So it says the Heroclix team and our trusted Silver Age partners have been working at analyzing tournament results as well as feedback from players, so your feedback is important. With all that information, we're announcing several changes to the Silver Age banned and restricted lists. As for a full explanation of Silver Age, check out this page. If you haven't played Silver or you're coming back and Silver's still new to you, just know that there is a full ban list. And so these are figures that are problematic. These are largely temporary bans. And so things will stay on here for either a quarter of the year or a whole year and then get reevaluated on each update. So things come on and off relatively frequently. But any problematic piece stays on there for quite a long time. And then we have the restricted list. These are kind of like primes or uniques for your team build, being a separate list of very powerful characters or team-defining characters, and you only get one thing off of that whole list. These can be characters, these can be items, doesn't matter. And so it looks like we've got to update to both here. So let's check the temporary ban list. Serves to isolate characters that might be too powerful in the silver currently, but as the metagame changes, we expect to release them in the future. So we're adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 things to the temp ban list, including Spirit of Vengeance Red Hulk, which is still getting modern play. Incredibly powerful figure here. So that's going to be no-go until it gets taken off. We've got the 3 gods from next phase here, Khonshu, Amit, and Turret. And then we're also adding Kevin. I'll give Kevin the honorary 4th god spot because he's basically omnipotent anyway. Rogue Prime is getting added to the list from X-Men 97. Smash and Destroy 043 Captain America. That should be the arena cap. If you haven't played against that figure, he is a menace to society. And here's our boy here, LL002C Kyle Rayner. Let me double check which one that is, because I'm hoping that's the blue Kyle. That way you can still use the team up if you want. Let's check it out. Units, Lantern Legacy. Yeah, it is. 002C is the blue Kyle. So you can still use the team up, you can still do all kinds of fun stuff with 002D, but the blue Kyle is gone. And then we of course have the Sentinel upper body, which is basically just an extra fortify you had on your team that was easier for the opponent to interact with because it's a terrain marker. The Sentinel head as well, which takes away shape change, stealth, very, very good. And then, of course, the Dumpster Fire. This one is probably a little bit controversial because it affects both sides. But if you are a cross-map kind of range attacky team, this thing makes a fantastic safety net to keep your team insulated against the aggressive melee team coming into you. So I like that they added that here. And then these are the things that got taken off the temporary ban list. So everything you see here is either playable or got fully banned, it looks like. 024 Butterfly. This is a swap piece that uses 50-point figures on the sideline to bring in at the beginning of the game. Super, super nice Swiss Army knife to have. DP21005 Wonder Woman. I think this is Death Metal Wonder Woman with the chainsaw that gives you the free revive. Can't keep her out of the game. 042 Chthon, fully banned, which is probably a good thing, but his most prominent abuser in the Spirit of Vengeance Red Hulk is gone, but Chthon is just universally good, so I respect it. 052 Darkseid getting fully banned. Darkseid spent a little bit of time on the restricted list, of course. Or sorry, not restricted, but the temporary ban list. He's been reevaluated to just not be healthy at all, and he's getting fully addressed. 048 Ghost Rider is making it onto the restricted list. Our golden boy Colossus Prime, those two partners in crime there, are both going to be on the restricted list. WoW 048 Ghost Rider, man, that figure's so nice they had to restrict him twice, getting put on there. And then Kong, big monkey man, on the restricted list. So if you, like I said before, this restricted list, you get to play one figure off of them. So you're gonna have to split up the bros here if you want to play one or the other. Colossus is going to bring back mind control in a big way in Silver, and we've got so many good modern mind control pieces to add to that. That might be back as a very real archetype. So let's take a look at the restricted list. These are game elements that might not be problematic on their own, but enable damaging synergies. A force can only use a restricted list element, keeping them from overwhelming the format. The changes to the restricted list are follows. So we are adding Captain Carter's shield. I believe this was the one that gave the bonus to defend, but let's check it out. Was hitting Captain Carter. Yes, this is the defend. If they can already use it, modify defense +1. I was a little bit worried about that shield being legal with... I'll do it right there. I was a little bit worried about that shield being legal with the Blue Lantern Hal Jordan, because that is a combo that I was really being nervous about. Carnage Silver Surfer add to the restricted list. He just got taken off, I think. So cool to see him back on there. Sicarian Iron Man, I believe this is his first time. Wakanda Hulkbuster, much needed figure to be put on there. Black Leopard, if you've played against a good Black Leopard team, you know why he's on there. Animal Man making the restricted list. I like this change because he's so good. Sky Tyrant, Plastic Man, the 002 variety. Let's check out which one that is exactly. Yeah, so that's the actual Plastic Man here, which is going to be a way to cheat onto the board the actual Plastic Man items. So him making the cut makes sense. We've got the Ghost Rider, we've got the Colossus. Only one Ghost Rider this time. There's the Wonder Woman, there's the Kong. The Ring of Telekinesis, I don't remember if this was already on here or not. The Angler Halt Mutant is getting put on there. That is a very good inclusion. Images, Crimson Bands, thanks the Lord, and Practice Teamwork. So we split up the dynamic duo here of Crimson Bands and Halt Mutant, which is a cancerous thing to play against. I'm usually more open-ended in terms of like what I would allow into a format. I like powerful things and combinations that kind of multiply together, but those two together are purely oppressive. Like there's nothing good that can come out of it. I'm waiting for them to address it in Modern, but at least it's addressed in Silver, so I have much love for that. And then we're taking Ares off, and we're taking Maggot off. Now this Maggot has been a thorn in Silver's side since Silver was a thing. This was like one of the very first things that was restricted when this list came out. And I've never bothered to look at him because I never owned him, and so I had no idea why he was a problem to begin with. We generate eeny meeny bystanders. If you do remove all the bystanders' food tokens and give them to Maggot, free remove a food token, heal 2 clicks, or... Okay. So this Maggot is, unless it fully got added to the ban list, I don't fully understand the combo, but I believe it's there. That is the right one, right? Yep. So now, if you are a Maggot enjoyer and you haven't been able to play Maggot in Silver for a year and a half, it's your time to shine. You can bust out whatever combo that dude activates and make Aaron Morgan regret taking it off this list. Ban list. These are the fully banned ones. The game elements are those the WizKids team has decided cannot be allowed in Silver. Something tells me that this team is not... This team probably does have the final say, but I feel like this is really shortchanging how many people are truly working on keeping Silver healthy. And we do not expect that to change. Elements on the ban list are either uniquely powerful or enable infinite loops or other synergies too potent for the restricted list. We've got Spot. Thank the Lord. Before I decided to play my Machine Gun Starro team in the recent Silver, I was running a double Spot. It had the... What would be the best way to describe that team? It was basically double Spot, and instead of going full Sinister Syndicate, I went the Stark Industries way side of the fence with the some of the really cool Iron Man options. And that way you had full map reach, could barrier myself in. I couldn't be pulse waved unless you caught the Iron Man in it as well, or the Tony Stark from Smash and Destroy. So it just created a very non-interactable team. And I was able to turn to kill basically everything we possibly tested against. It didn't matter if it was Black Lanterns, didn't matter what it was, honestly. That team just KO'd it 2 turns. And it got to the point where I had to decide if I wanted to play something that was like that. And keep in mind, that team against the best testers we've got up here in Edmonton, which I'll put our playtest team against anybody. I love our community up here. Couldn't find a way to crack it. Like, it just didn't matter. So I love that we're seeing that up here. Infinite. I haven't actually seen Infinite on the board yet since they addressed the infinite loop thing that he created. But if he's up here, I imagine he's really oppressive. Darkseid, Beetlejuice I expected to see, and Chthon now. So I like that our ban list is only 5 figures. Big fan of that. Now let's see, an additional rule is being made regarding maps. Any map text other than location bonuses is ignored for Silver Age events. Any colored terrain related to a map text is treated as clear terrain if it is not also marked as another terrain type. So we're removing King's Tomb from the map entirely. What map is that? I don't think I'm familiar. Let's take a look if it's on HC units. So this is the ROC 2019 map. Let me shift that just a little bit. Man, that looks difficult to play on. It's large, all kind of boxed in. So this map is getting removed from the map pool. Okay, the above changes will go into effect on April 6th. For the full ban and restricted list, please refer to the win here. I thought this was the full list. We've got... Well, here, let's double tap just to make sure we're not missing anything. Mission points still out. Okay, so here's the full list here. Let's take a look now. Oh, this is not updated. Yeah, this is not an updated list because I see Kong here. So when WizKids does update this list, you'll be able to see the entirety of the list on here. But in the meantime, we get to celebrate the updates, and I'm absolutely loving it. The best thing about Silver format, just like with Heroclix, is the community. And the community that runs it truly, truly cares. So big shout out to those guys. I'm going to try to see if I can do like an interview with somebody here, because I would love to get some of the thought process behind these choices. But enjoy Silver. This has been Tokened Up. Drop me a comment down below if you think that they missed something or need to add something to either of these lists, because I'm loving every change I see here. I'm really looking forward to seeing what comes out of it for this next season. But this has been Tokened Up. I'll catch you later.